Anyways, on the bottom left, I check back the turn, and then the river's a jack. I don't think it's a great spot to bluff. I mean, he can still have some aces for sure, and I don't think I'm representing too much. So I decide to just check it back. I would value bet a jack there. But even so, I think he'll probably just call me with pretty much anything he has at that point. On the bottom right table, an ugly turn card, and I do a weird bet. I don't really love it. I think I should just bet like 38, 39 and get it in, and you know, most of the time I won't be doing like super great against him, but I'm fine getting it in. You know, he'll have enough stuff like just 8-9, 8-9 with a diamond, 10-8 with a diamond, I don't know, 7-9, 7-6 type hands that he'll just jam over me with. And I'm not doing super hot against those hands, but I'm certainly in fine shape, so I think I should have just bet bigger. I don't know why I decided to bet so small. After I bet so small, I think I should be folding to a raise. And on the river, I think jamming the river is probably your best bet. I can definitely have a lot of diamonds that just barreled that river, or barreled the turn, and it's not like a river that's going to improve me too much, which in the eyes of a good player, it might actually make jamming the river less appealing because he won't think I'm bluffing it as much, but still, I think a jam's probably the best bet size. You know, I mean, here if he jams over me, I guess I have to fold, but it's pretty ugly. Top right table, I don't really expect to get paid off too much no matter what I do, because like I said, I think he puts me on ace high a lot when I check call this flop. So I decide to just bet really small and hope I get a crying call out of a 10 or maybe something spastic. Bottom left table, I think I misplayed it. In general, to be honest, I don't think I played too well this session. I think I gave Sliikz a hell of a lot more credit in spots like the bottom left than I should have. I think I've been giving Sliikz too much credit in spots like the bottom left where I just folded in this circumstance and assumed he was doing something tricky or just wouldn't bluff in that spot. But I think I should have just called, and probably just called him down, and if he was doing something weird, then nice hand. But I just can't keep giving him credit for hands in weird spots, basically. And he folded on the bottom right, unfortunately. So yeah, if I could go back on the session, I would definitely give Sliikz a little bit less credit. And, you know, I'm sure I would have called him and been wrong a number of times, but at the same time, I think I would have been right quite a few times as well. But, oh well. And bottom left, really bad turn card to be bluffing on. So I just give up on the flop, or give up on the pot. Top left, I decide to c-bet my pocket twos. I don't really love it. I think he's going to check raise this board a lot, and pocket twos is one of the worst hands that I want to be making a stand with because it just has such terrible equity against pretty much anything he has. So I think I should have just checked back pocket twos and tried to check it down. I mean, I don't hate it because him folding like a hand like 9-10 is definitely a good result for me with pocket twos, given 9-10's got a fair bit of equity. But yeah, I think he's just going to check raise me a fair bit. On the bottom left table, I bet my gut shot after he checks back to flop, which I think is fine, and I river an 8, and I think it's good most of the time, so I put in a value bet. Top right, I think I should bet the flop and bet most turns against Sliikz. And against most players, probably. And yeah, he does pay me off on the bottom left. I would have probably bluffed that river quite a bit too, so I don't think it's a bad payoff with whatever he had. So yeah, I decided to bet the turn, and I'm just going to shove almost every river. Because like I said, I think he's giving me a lot of credit when I put in big bets on the river. But unfortunately, on the top right, he jams on me. And I really considered calling, actually, because I thought that basically it just came down to the fact that I thought he'd mostly flat his made hands on the turn. You know, even a hand like Jack 8 or Jack 10 if he floated the flop with that, or any of those types of hands. I thought he'd just flat them on the turn, and then if he was slow playing, call him down on the river or make a decision on the river with a hand like 8-6, 8-7. So I thought his hand range was really weighted towards hands like 9-7 or 10-9 if he floated it, or maybe he turned clubs with something, blah blah blah. So I really thought about calling, but I ended up being in it. And yeah, bottom left, I think should, even though it didn't work out on the top right, I think I should just keep with the strategy of barreling him down or looking for spots to barrel him down.